And welcome back to Ozarks Live. We know that an underactive thyroid is something many women deal with. It can cause symptoms that don't always make sense. And even when lab results come back normal, you can still feel off. Now, luckily for us, we have Dr. Jason Crockett here from Zeal Integrated Health to talk to us and explain what's going on. So, okay, talk to me about this. What's going on with the low thyroid levels, and why do so many women suffer from this?
Well, I think it really starts from the diagnosis. They get diagnosed with a thyroid issue and they're put on hormone replacement therapies. They're sent off and told to come back in a few months, and those labs, when they come back and get them retested, the labs may test normal, right, but those symptoms have not resolved yet.
Well, why is this so common?
There's a lot of things that can damage the thyroid. It's a very vulnerable tissue, and so there's environmental toxins, there's things just in our nutrition that we eat, the stress and the hormone levels that we have. Things like viruses and infections will damage that tissue.
Okay, now women can be on medication for this, and they still suffer. Why is that?
A lot of times there's a multitude of things that drive this type of condition, and what I see is that the physicians are checking maybe 1 or 2 markers. They're not really checking all 11 markers on the thyroid, and so some things get missed or they're not addressed, and so the symptoms continue to progress because of it.
So it can be kind of akin to treating the wrong thing if you're going after 2 and there may be more markers.
Yeah, sometimes we are treating the wrong thing. Sometimes there's a few things that just are not being addressed, but yes, that is the case.
Okay, then I guess that begets the question, how does your practice deal with this?
Well, we start by doing a comprehensive evaluation. We start with checking those 11 markers that tell us how the thyroid is doing, and from there you can customize the care. Every individual that's got hypothyroidism is going to have a unique situation that's driving that condition.
And you're saying unique. This isn't like one covers all, in other words.
Unfortunately, it's not, yes. That's why so many suffer from the symptoms and continue to suffer.
Okay, now this, of course, this is a lot of information to kind of, absorb in this short amount of time, but you have a free dinner event that's going to be coming up, so people can learn more, maybe, get some questions answered.
Yes, we're doing an event next Tuesday. It's a workshop where we're going to discuss really why this condition is occurring for you. We're going to also have some discussion about why these symptoms are not resolving. And we'll really talk about how you can connect these dots so that you can start to eliminate these symptoms and start to feel better, increase your quality of life.
Now, who is this for? Is this for a basic good education as far as what's going on, or is it someone for, people who are just showing symptoms?
I think it's for anybody that has hypothyroidism that's still suffering from symptoms. So, we're a treatment facility, and if you're not getting these symptoms addressed, if you're still dealing with inability to lose weight, you're dealing with fatigue, lack of energy, you've got constipation, hormone issues like irregular menstrual cycles, you might be dealing with situations where you've got low libido, or there may be even some brain fog, hair loss. Those are a lot of the things that people continue to suffer with, and if you're having those kind of symptoms, this workshop would benefit you.
Help target the right thing at the right time.
Yes.
Okay, when and where is it going to be?
It's going to be Tuesday. It's next Tuesday the 20th, and we're going to be at the DoubleTree Hotel. We've got limited seating, so they do need to call to reserve a spot.
All right. Who do they need to call? Where do they need to go to get more information?
I think you're going to post the number at the bottom of the screen.
It should be on the bottom of the screen, okay.
And then I'll have some people that will answer those calls and get them scheduled for that.
Very good.
And we'll be giving out a copy of my book, Mastering Your Thyroid. So we're going to discuss a lot of the things that are in the book and how we can help them with those conditions.
So all you have to do, give them a call, and you're going to get the information and the help that you need at Zeal. Doc, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it. All right, coming up, we get to talk to Tina Akers again from T's Redneck Steakhouse about a new business they have. You don't want to miss this.